Obviously time for another road trip, and this is our winter road trip. So we've come to the balmy location of Washington DC. Well, we are in Washington DC. This is just
pretty balmy, let's be real.
Hey, it is mid-February.
It's Valentine's Day today.
It is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. And it's, you know, it's not bad. It's about 4 degrees here in Washington, D.C., 4 degrees Celsius. So, you know, hard to complain about it being this warm in the middle of February. We are heading to warmer climates for sure. Heading down to South Carolina, down to Charleston. But first we're going to go and see our friends Bob and Missy. All right, come on with us and let's go see what Washington has to offer. What do you think of the White House?
I'm so unimpressed, I can't even believe it. It is terrible.
It's small. That must be where all the babies are born. Amazing. Woodstock. Crazy. instead. Whoops. Did I do that? Want an inflatable tank?
Maybe for our front yard. Your dogs suck.
That's not really a secret. She's kidding, of course. paying your respects. Guy there, he said you're a wuss. That's right, he did. That guy said he hates your polka dots. I was trying to start a cockfight. This is insane. What's insane, Chris?
I don't know what's insane.
What's insane is that the van's got another problem. That's not insane. That's just par for the course. But every time I'd step on the gas, the whole van is shaking and vibrating, and it got so bad that Chris said, "Do you want me to find a mechanic?" And I said, "We better find a mechanic right now."
There goes Stevie.
Driving down the street, the very first mechanic that we looked at, we pulled into the parking lot, and they are able to look at the van today. That's insane. Do you know how lucky that is?
Because it's also a Friday, and they're actually open tomorrow, so...
It's a Friday, but most places won't even look at our van. They're going to look at the van. They can look at it right now. Oh my God, we're so lucky. And Chris and I have already talked, worst case scenario, we rent ourselves a U-Haul, we pull everything out of that van that's meaningful, and we drive home and we get some scrap money for the van. It's 24 years old now, and the van is in really rough shape. Best case scenario, it's just something minor and they tighten a bolt up and we're on our way. And sort of mid case scenario, which is kind of what I expect, is sort of the same thing that happened when we went to Florida on our first big trip and the differential blew. And we ended up staying in a crappy motel for a few days while they fixed the van. So they just left the parking lot with Stevie and they're going to take the van for a test ride. And now we're about to see what the bad news is and just how bad the news is.
Welcome to Stevie TV. This is our crib.
Well, this doesn't look like Stevie.
No, because it's not Stevie.
Nope, it's not Stevie. And on the way down, we were talking about how we think we've pushed Stevie to his limits. He's at 350,000 kilometers. Also, in Canada, they use salt on the roads, so he's had a number of years of just rusting to pieces, which is why we repaint the van every year, and I have to do body work. And we knew on the way down that this was going to be one of our last big trips until we could get a new van. And here we are. So, quick update. Things have gone from really bad to really worse. So we got the news from the garage yesterday on Monday that the drive shaft is completely destroyed, and they've pulled a few strings to get a local company here to rebuild it for us, which added a huge sum of money to the repair. And we're now hoping, the garage says maybe Thursday or Friday, maybe. And we've got this lovely hotel booked until Friday. We have decided no more traveling in this van.
I feel like you said that in the last video because I remember saying R.I.P. Stevie.
Yeah, maybe. And then the question becomes, can you trust the mechanics? And we have to. I went down yesterday and he showed me the crack in the drivetrain, and he showed me the work they've done, and he showed me the rusted out brake lines that they had to replace. So I don't think they're lying to us. I don't think they're necessarily taking advantage of us, but it's certainly bad news bears for us. And we are stuck here in Charleston, South Carolina, with no vehicle, so we can only go as far as our legs can take us. And we've gone for a few walks on the nice walking trail behind us, and we've made it over to the Piggly Wiggly for some groceries and been into the gym, and that's about it. That's what we're doing, and this sucks, and we don't know when we're gonna go home, or if we're gonna go home. Well, it's about 22 degrees out. I don't know if it's warm enough for a swim, but after all the money we paid, damn right I'm gonna use this, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. Oh, the pool is not heated. Oh my God. You know, even in Charleston, February is not all that warm, and this pool is freezing. Boy, oh boy. Oh, it's salty. It's a saltwater pool, and it's freezing, and that's enough for today. There is an absolute sense of relief that we are in the van. We are just about to back out and get the heck out of here.
We haven't started it yet.
All right, well, let's do that.
But we never had a problem starting it. What was that? The battery?
I would imagine so.
That doesn't sound good or smell good. Well, we have another battery. We have a spare battery at least. Hopefully it's not the alternator.
Let's just get the hell out of here. I think that's a Stevie tear, and I don't blame him. I feel like I'm gonna cry too. We're here at McDowell, our favorite little campground in South Carolina, in Charlotte. That's a battery charger. And I talked with the mechanics before I dropped the van off, and one of the problems Stevie has, one of the many Stevie has, is that the key can come out of the ignition in any position. And I warned them about this, but they left the ignition back as if, you know, like when you go to turn the radio on or something, and then it pulled the key out and they drained the battery. And that's why in that clip where you saw us picking up the van, we had trouble starting. And I thought, you know, on the drive all the way here is about a 5-hour drive. I figured it would charge up the battery, but last night couldn't get the van started up. So I've got the charger on, and luckily I've got a spare battery in the back. So if necessary, I will swap out the batteries today, but hoping that battery charger will get the battery all charged back up. And then on top of that, last night we had a nice little waterfall coming through the back door. So in the pouring rain, I got out with this marine silicone sealant that dries even in the water. Hey, it ain't pretty, but it stopped the water from coming in. It's like we just picked the van up and then the battery's dead and then it's leaking again. Like,
We can't make this shit up.
no. And Chris and I were just talking about being here at McDowell, and there's certainly something poetic about this being the last stop on our last road trip. Why is that?
Because this is where it all started. This is the first place we brought Stevie, and it was also the place where it gave us the idea to get a vehicle.
So before we even had dogs, we used to travel in Chris's Honda Fit, and we'd pack all our gear, tent, and we would go to a campground, and there was a cheap way for us to travel.
And we came here.
We came here because of Carowinds in Charlotte, and I'm a theme park junkie, so we came all the way down here. We figured there was good cycling in Charlotte, and
Which there was not.
well, there is, just not in this area. Also, we found this little nature preserve, and we thought this was the spot. And I think the second morning or third morning, it had poured rain, and we got up. The tent was soaked, the sleeping bags were soaked, everything was soaked. And as we're hanging all our stuff up, these people pulled in with a trailer, with like an A-frame pop-up trailer.
It was one of the triangle
A-frames,
Yeah.
And in under 5 minutes, they had their camper popped up and their feet up, leaned back, having a beer. And we thought, okay, this is the way we got to do it. And at that time, I had a Dodge pickup truck. So we started looking for a pop-up trailer. And that's when a friend at work said, hey, my cousin is selling their camper van. You should take a look. And I thought, a camper van? I don't think you and I even got out of the driveway when we agreed we were buying this thing.
No, we saw the photos and said that it's ours.
And that was it.
That was
Bought
Stevie.
the van, sold my pickup truck, and that was about 6 years ago, and we've been traveling in this thing ever since. So there is something very poetic about being here at McDowell. Not only the first place we took Stevie, but also the place that generated the idea of even getting a camper at all. And it's been great, and we've done, I don't know, over 100 trips, I would say, in this van. We've had a lot of fun, but there's also been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours I put into this van, repairing things, doing the body work and repainting it and fixing leaks and, building the custom crates and shelves and all the things inside.
Ripping all the plumbing out.
Yep. We've also spent literally tens of thousands of dollars over the last 6 years repairing Stevie. And unfortunately, this last one was, as they say, the straw that broke the camel's back. And no more. And that's why we've decided to cut our trip short and leave tomorrow morning. We still have the campground booked for 2 more days, but
It was not only cut, it's cut short, because we were supposed to be home on Friday.
yeah, so we've just decided that's it. It's been a lot of fun taking these trips and sharing our videos with all of you, and hopefully we've been able to share the real van life, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But at this point, I think we're going to say goodbye for now. Hopefully not forever. Our plan is to save up and get a new van, like not an RV, but just like a work van where we can build our own van in it, like most of the van lifers out there do. But I think for now, this is goodbye. Anything you want to say before we close out the video?
Peace out, bitches.
Peace out. Thanks for enjoying the videos, if you have, following our travels, and hopefully we'll see you in the future. But it's goodbye for now. lot scares me to just roll around on, but everything I just did, that was the first run. I've been here less than 10 minutes, and that's all I got here today. Holy cow. Showed up, dropped in each bowl, carved around, hit the pump track. We gotta go. Later, Fayetteville, West Virginia.